So proud. This is what Yahweh said to me. To me. This is what Yahweh made known to me. Yeah. To me. This is what Yahweh told me in his secret place. In his hiding place, he told me this. Yes, he told me this. Oh woman, I'm sold in you. Oh woman, I'm lost in you. Oh woman, I just love you. Oh woman, I am in love with you like I love life itself. Oh woman, I respect you. I honor you. I adore you. That is the way I taught and discipline myself for you. Oh woman. Oh woman. Oh woman. Oh woman. Great is your womb that covered me. Great is your breast that nourished me. Great is your thigh that shielded me with the joy of my kingdom. With the glory of my kingdom. With the power of my kingdom. Oh woman, yeah. Oh woman, ooh, oh woman, 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 woman. Ooh. This face makes you so attractive to me. This face makes you so attractive to me, yeah. This things makes you so attractive to me. Like a war in myself, like a flood in my heart, like a war in myself, like a flood in my heart. Your breast, your hair, your tongue, your womb, your womb. That came in between your tongue to produce my son. I trapped my sperm in your womb to produce my son. You are not just a woman, but my sacred vessel, a part of my flesh. A woman, 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 woman. Ooh, ooh. I confess to you, I will not be a man today without you. I will not be a father today without you. Oh, womb, you are my helper today. Oh, womb, you are my helper today. You are my great joy in all. You are my great joy in all. Ooh, 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 ooh. You are my great joy in all, in heaven, in earth. You are my great joy in all. So glad to see my divinity power in you. To see my divinity power in you. To see my divinity power in you. So glad that I did. Ooh, so glad that I did. Ooh, you are the greatness of my throne. Greetings, family. Greetings from the Father of Lights, to every one of his own. I mean, the choosing, the elect, the Yisrael, the blessed nation eternal, the people so close to his heart, the people he can never deny, the people, he said, yes, is the kingdom of Yehovah. That is Romans chapter 9, verses 4. Theirs is salvation. Theirs is the glory and the power of Yehovah. All right now, here I am, Zechariah chapter 13, verses 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, that is the four corners of the earth, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahuwah, two parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. It's always my prayer that you will be among the third part that is going to be left to rule and reign eternal with King Yahushua HaMashiach. Is the reason for this season. Now, verses 9. And I will bring the third part through the fire to be cleansed, okay? And will be refound. Okay, and we refound them as silver is refound. Do you know how silver is being made? And we'll try them as gold is tried. Did you have a clue? It's pressed down. Is broken into pieces for a vessel of honor. They shall call my name, no more Jesus the pork, but the name of Yehovah, and I will hear them. Did you get that? I will say, it is my people. That is always my prayer for you to be a part of his people. And they shall say, Yehovah is my Elohim, my maker, my creator, my savior, my deliverer, my eternal salvation, and eternal rest in his blood. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. To Abba Yehovah be all praise. So right now, let us dig into the leftover part like I promised on the Shabbat that we're going to be doing the finish it today. I pray Abba Yehovah help me. This message, a lot of revelation. It's just wolverine all over my head. I say, Abba Yehovah, don't tell me we are taking it to part 3. Don't tell me. You see, when you check, if you are a constant follower, the few, when you check over my friend list, you see I get rid of almost 2 parts is going away from me also because 2 parts is going to die in Babylon. I was having about 5,000, okay, let's say 10,000 in my both Facebook, but I'm dealing with the very one I'm using constantly. There was 5,000. I get rid of almost about 3,000 already. If you check it, it's going to be about 2,105 people. I'm still reducing it down to the very, very, maybe 1,000. We don't need all. We just need few. So I'm still going to do a lot of deleting because they are not needed. Why must you occupy a seat whereby my brothers and sisters is trying to, come in contact with the voice or the message or the word of Abba Yehovah? They are not, when they said this person is already full. Whereby you just occupy them for no reason. Pork, Judas, you Cain, When they now see that they were unable to seduce me into their stupidity, they now begin to run, draw back, draw back. Keep drawing back because I ask all of you to delete yourself from my list. You are not doing it, and therefore I'm doing it by myself. Getting rid of you all. Only if it's going to be left because maybe I'm going to reduce it to 1,000. I'm still coming for you because you are not needed. Now here we are, 2 Timothy chapter 4, 3-4. For the time will come where they will not endure sound doctrine. It's prophecy, powerful prophetic word. But after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers, having itches ears, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth. Who is truth? Yahushua is on the way. The truth. You're going to turn your ear away from the truth, and you're going to give it to unto feeble, which is your Jesus the pork from the pit of hell. And it shall be turned unto what feeble? What is feeble? It's going to mess up your entire body. Okay? It's going to push you into what your soul never wished to have. But your anxious ears is dragging you into it because you don't want to hear the truth. And Abba Yahweh said in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 1-12, he said, because you don't receive the truth in love, for that reason, I'm sending you a strong delusion. Not just light one, very strong delusion. Like Isaiah chapter 30, what did your forefather also say there? There speak to the seers, see no vision about you want no more, prophesy no more of this unto us, but rather prophesy good things unto us. God will kill your enemy. You will be labored among the richest on earth. Your enemy will sleep and not wake up. Meanwhile, you are the enemy of your soul. How? Your flesh. Your flesh is denying you of eternal rest, but you are saying witches and wizards. Meanwhile, you are the one eating up your eternal state for iniquity. All right, now, so let's do it, the leftover part. Wow, this is awesome. All right, now, family, here we are in the heavenly courtroom of Yehovah with this powerful message already titled, For You and Me, Yom Kippur means it Yahushua, the Lamb of Heaven, it's not Jesus, the pork of hell, part 2. Family, in case I share this in the news feed and you haven't yet listened to one, just drop it and go and do that, because that is where you're going to find how to eat a good solid food, not the genetic modified organism. But eat the food that grows natural, which is Yahushua HaMashiach. And the Feast of Tabernacle is also on its way. We're going to talk about our natural hair. That is our covering, not weave on. Let me tell you, if you use my own past to judge me, you are on your own. When you go to my pictures, they are all old pictures. About how many years now? For almost 4 years now. Nothing touches my hair. I goes by my natural hair. So not for you to be saying she's speaking against weave, but she has some. Go and check that year. That should be about 5 or 6 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago. More than 4 years, I thought I go by my natural, which is my covering. Yahweh gave unto me. So that is how I want to dig into the feast or Sukkot or tabernacles, where the bridegroom want to tabernacle and knew his bride. That is the feast of tabernacle, the last to go. All right, let us begin to dig into the part 2. I would like to put this, okay? This is our foundational scripture. Revelation 1:3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the voice of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. All right. So, like I said, if this was actually being nailed, fulfilled right at the cross, why is it say you should still keep it? What is being done is fulfilled. Like the priestly office, that was why he said it is finished. He is not coming again to die in the cross. No, that one, it is done. We don't keep the prophecy anymore of the cross because it is done. But what about the kingly office? Have you seen a new Jerusalem? Is the whole world worshiping the king? Is he already being, coronated to be the kings of the whole world? Is the whole world tripping in already every year at the Feast of Tabernacle, which is the birthday of the Malek Yahushua HaMashiach? Not at all. Those are the prophecies that still need to be watched for. That when you keep it, you say you are blessed. Whereby Jesus, the bastard from the pit of hell, the pork you need not to eat, said, he'll know this to the cross. There comes the problem. So this hasn't yet been fulfilled. Like Daniel chapter 12, you can see it over there. The little book, the prophecy was being sealed, the vision was being sealed, and the angel now said unto him, Go your way, Daniel. It's sealed and closed until the end of the time. It will be open. Now, when you go to Revelation chapter 10, read it all. It's the little book in the hands of that angel, which is Yahushua HaMashiach. You're going to see it very clear in Revelation chapter 10. He said, eat it up. These are the prophecy. When you eat it, put it inside your bosom. Eat it up. As he said, he that believeth in Yahushua, out of his belly, a rivers of living water shall flow. This is how you eat it up. It's going to be overflowing. Why? Because you keep the word of Abba Yehovah in your bosom, in your womb. I know this is going to get it out of there. It's undigestible. Only for you to be acting towards it. And the reflection is going to be seen all over you as a mirror. All right, now let's dig into it. We are running out of time again. So that is the new one. That is why this message, I can say, Abayiwa, don't tell me it's going to 3 because I have that message to talk about. Where you keep those prophecies in your bosom, it's going to be a rivers of living water. It's going to be a new wine. You will never lack vision. You will never lack understanding. That as soon as you touch one verses, Abayiwa will begin to break it into many parts in your hand. That you yourself will say, wow. All right, now let's put some more. All right, now, like I said, on the Shabbat, we drop it over here, so we pick it up again from here.
Numbers chapter 19, 10 to 13. Listen. And he said, gathereth. Oh, my father. No, no, no. 11. I'm taking from 11. He, he said, oh, my father. Listen. He that toucheth the dead body of any man shall be unclean 7 days. I'm here because of the 7 days. He shall purify himself with it on the third day, and on the seventh day he shall be clean. But if he purify not himself the third day, then the seventh day he shall not be clean. Whosoever toucheth the dead body of any man that is dead, and purify not himself, defileth the tabernacle. This is powerful. We're going to see this on the Feast of Tabernacle. How? You cannot come in when you are being defiled. You cannot bring that uncleanness into the temple of Yahuwah. Listen, defile the temple of Yahuwah, the tabernacle of Yahuwah, and that soul shall be cut off from Yazra, because the water of separation was not sprinkled upon him. He shall be unclean. His uncleanness is yet upon him. Like what we just read, like Judas. Okay? His uncleanness was upon him. Alright? Now, what is it saying? We see two different occasions of cleansing. You will do it the third day, and you will do it again the seventh. Now we are in the seventh biblical month, not paganistic calendar at all. So now he said, where do Noah get rest? On the seventh, in the seventh month. Go and read it. You're gonna find it over not the biblical calendar, not the paganism. On this very month of Yehovah, the sabbatical month that carry eternal rest sign. Okay, that is why it says Shabbat is a sign, is the seventh day. All right, that is where Noah get rested. Even in the Feast of Tabernacle, the second day of the Feast of Tabernacle, that is where Noah get rested. All right, now what is the truth? They want to take it another form. This is what I said, Abba, you are not telling me this is going to part 3. Let's drop it here for another one. Now, what was this? Yehoshua said, except you eat my flesh and drink my blood, there is no eternal life in you. Then I ask you, are you a witch or a wizard to be eating human being flesh and drinking his blood? That is going to be considered a witchcraft spirit. What was it say? He answered in Matthew 26, 26 to 27. He said, this is my flesh, eat it. Okay, and this is my blood, what? Drink it, for it is the blood of the New Testament. So what is his body that he gave unto you, his flesh? It is the Old Testament. And you must blend it up together with the new. And when you stick with the new, when you stick with the old, okay, then this is what I'm also seeing over here. 2 different occasions you need to be cleansed. Okay, you must be cleansed on the third day, which is the flesh of Yahushua HaMashiach. Because that flesh was being destroyed right at the cross. And you must be, cleansed on the 7th. The both goes together. Now, Hebrews chapter 10, verses 1 said, the royal law is a shadow of a words that want to come. That want to come. He said the royal law is a shadow of a better one to come. The royal law is a shadow of something else on its way coming. Now, you are your shadow is you. The shadow is the body of Yehoshua, while the spirit is Yehoshua revealed physically. Yehoshua is the law, and the law is Yehoshua. You are your shadow is you. That was why he said, you must eat the both, my flesh and my blood, if not, no life in you. And his father also said over here, you must be cleansed in 2 different occasions, the 3rd and the 7th, because the blood is what consummated all. The blood is where the life lies. It is the life-giving mercy, okay? The breath, the spirit. Now Yehoshua said, let me read that one. Yochanan 6:63. It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profit nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. You see where the life is in the blood. That is the blood he shed to consummate his body. Okay? When you depend on the Old Testament alone, it's gonna do you no good at all. When you also spread that to the New Testament, you still fall into the same condemnation. Okay, the both must be taken. Because every single prophecy is being re-echoed in the New Testament is from the Old and hasn't yet been fulfilled. Do you see where the Feast of Tabernacle being, the foundation over in the New Testament? No. All the feasts whereby He's using to minister to you and me, they are all in the Old Testament, in the law precisely. Thou shalt do it this way, and thou shalt not do it that way. Okay? Now, two different occasions for cleansing. That is the Old Testament and the New Testament. Now, Matthew chapter 4, what did he say? What did he say when the tempter came to seduce the second Adam? What did he say? Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every single word that proceeded out of the mouth of Yahuwah. So what are you telling me? What is his word? He said, this word that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. Because the spirit is the blood. That needs to consummate and consummate what is being said already in the old. So if you don't go and look over the old, you're going to start. All right now. Breaking news. I have a breaking news for you. People is just confessing. See, you thought they are joking. Breaking news. This is breaking news. Jesus just admits that he was the one that killed the first and the second Adam and nailed them to the cross. Jesus said he was the one who killed the first Adam and nailed him to the Christmas tree. Jesus also said he was the one who also killed the second Adam and nailed him to the cross, because the world is the second and eternal Adam. That is the word of Abba Yahuwah. Jesus said he was the one who put him in the cross. He said he nailed that word to the cross, the law. Breaking news again. Allah just admit that he was the one who corrupt the royal law, right in Genesis 3, that old simple Revelation 12:9. Like what I quote wrong. Quran, where Allah admit that he is the best of all deceiver, the greatest of all deceiver in this world. Allah admit with his own mouth. When you go to Quran chapter 3, verse 54, you're going to see Allah say it over there. When you go to Quran chapter 7, verses 99, Allah agreed over there. When you go to Quran chapter 8, verses 30, Allah agreed again. Like I said in part 1, that when if I construct, I made it, or I quote wrongly, I'm going to correct it. I said, okay, I just waited in part 2 to correct it. Although I write it also on the YouTube, I don't think I do that in the Facebook, but I did it on YouTube. I put the scriptures out there. When I construct, I said, wow, I quote left and right. So I'm correcting it over here. Allah said he was the one who corrupt the royal law, right in Genesis 3. Because he said that all serpents deceiveth the whole world. Where is his old origin? Genesis 3. How did he corrupt it? By genetically modify the first man and the first woman. In that act, death, disobedience, into their life, rebelliousness, witchcraft, into their spirit. The very one they still carry on today, unto you and me. So that is the breaking news I want to pass. These people, they are just confessing. You thought that they are joking. Is this a powerful confession? Allah said the royal law is corrupt. Who corrupted? Genesis 3. Allah is the one. Jesus said that he nailed the law to the cross. Who did that? Jesus said he's the one. And his children, they are all confessing it powerfully. Quran said the royal law is corrupt. Christians said the law is nailed to the cross. So they just confess who they are unto you. Now the eternal second Adam, the very eternal high priest, to know the words of the high priest, kindly go to Hebrew chapter 7, 8, and 9. You're going to find the duty of the high priest in the order of Melchizedek. All right? King of peace or king of righteousness. Listen now. Wa'ikra, Leviticus 16, 12. You can read it all. I'm taking from 12 to 14, I think so. How Yahushua is also performed this oblation right in the heaven. Listen now, this is awesome. And he shall take a censer full of burning a coals of fire from off the altar before Yahuwah, and I take it again. And he shall take a censer full of burning coals of fire from off the altar before Yahuwah, and his hand full of sweet incense, bitter smell, and bring it within the veil, that is the holiest of holies. And he shall put the censer upon the fire before Yahuwah, that the cloud of the incense may cover the mercy seat that is upon the testimony, that he die not. Because if you do it anyhow, you must die. Listen up. 14. And he shall take of the blood of the bullock and sprinkle it with his finger upon the mercy seat, towards mercy seat eastward. That is where Adam was being created, eastward. You can see that in Genesis. And before the Moses shall he sprinkle the blood with his finger 7 times. Did you get 7 times? Let me tell you, a day as a year, a day as 1,000. We have it. Your Kippur simply mean a day as a year or a day as 1,000. Okay, we'll put more into that. So quickly, let's see how this is the Leviticus. This is the day of atonement. Say it's the last ordinances. Let's see how the eternal high priest is also performing this great oblation in heaven. Revelation chapter 8, 3 to 4. Another angel came and stood at the altar, having a golden censer, and there was given unto him much incense that he should offer it with the prayers of all saints, okay, upon the golden altar, which was before the throne. And the smoke, that is what we have found in Leviticus 16, and the smoke of the incense, which came with the prayers of the saints, ascended up before Yahuwah out of the hands of the angel. And the angel took the censers and filled it with fire from the altar and cast it into the earth. Did you get that? This is the day of atonement. You see the way let me tell you, what is in the biblical or Bible we carry, or the royal law we carry here on earth, it is a replica of what is in heaven. We see the golden altar, we see the performance of the eternal high priest, and we see this is the day of Yom Kippur. You see, as the physical high priest was doing it those days, in like manner, this is how the eternal high priest in heaven is still doing it, even in the day of Yom Kippur. That should be now a Shabbat. Okay, 6 days of the week, which is you call freak days. Okay, even stroke Shabbat even. He's over there, and let me tell you what is going on there. This is where it all begins. In the early princely office, Yom Kippur, everyone will stand in the inner court or the outer court, not the outer court. And why so? Notable will stand in the inner court. Only the prince will go into the holies of holies. It is you standing in the gate of paradise. Yom Kippur, once in a year, your spirit flies away to the paradise through your prayers. So did you get that? Because we lost it. Listen, Yom Kippur begins right here. Genesis 3:21. Until Adam also and to his wife did Yahuwah made garment of skin and covered them. What is Yom Kippur? It is for the blood of Yahushua to cover you. Okay, it is for the blood of Yahushua to cover you. In Genesis 3:7, he said they now knew they were naked because they ate from the forbidden food that should they have. Okay, they ate destruction. Now, what did they do? They now also reach out and get their hands onto the tree of the good, of the knowledge of good and evil. They now take a leaf and cover themselves. But you want to say, no, you are not covered. That is physical. You are pretending. Physically, you are showing yourself unto people that you are righteous, but inside of you are full of dead mere bones. Your spiritual life is eternal destruction. But you want to remove that covering, self-covering, ordained Messiah, self-righteousness. He removed it and not killed animal. So what was the animal? You see it over here now. He covered them. Let me tell you, Passover is your spiritual cleansing. Let me put it so. Passover, I can also say Passover is to forgive you. Why Yom Kippur is to cover you. And you must do it in this both way. If not, sorry, it's not standing. I'm going to prove that to you. And you see, Yom Kippur begins over here. I bet you will cover the listener. 22. And Yahweh Elohim said, behold, the man is become as one of us to know good and evil. And now, lest he put forth his hand and take also from the tree of life and eat, because everything is eating, and live forever. If Abayuwa did not draw them away, the first man, they're going to also reach that their filthy hands and touch the tree of life and live in eternal condemnation. No redemption. That was why he separated them. He chased them away from the paradise. But the only day you're going to come back to paradise, it is once in a year. That is when the Yom Kippur. You see Yahushua is up over there, okay? In this Shabbat, he's going to be ministering unto his Father before us. That he's going to be officiating for you and I for our complete cleansing. You can lose it. You can lose it. Now I can boldly tell you here that the lamb, that the animal that was being killed to use their skin, you see, that is his body. When that animal was being killed, the body covered the man and covered the woman. Why the blood make atonement? Okay. Now, what was that animal? Even though it's not mentioned here, it is the Lamb of heaven. Let us also prove that unto you. That's in Genesis, Bereshit 13. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, behind him a ram caught in a thicket by his horns. And Abraham went and took the ram and offered him up for a burnt offering instead of his son Isaac. Did you get that? This ram, his horn is already being caught. Okay, so what is the horns of an animal? It simply symbolizes your strength. So right from the beginning, that was what Revelation 13:8 said, the land that was being slain right from the foundation of the world. Where is the foundation? It's still speaking of Yom Kippur, where we just read Genesis 3. It said the lamb that was being slain right from the foundation of the world. You can also miss it. If you are not cleansing this both occasions, you can miss it. Let us also prove that. Revelation 3, verses 5. He that overcometh, if you overcome the lies of Jesus and Allah, listen, what is your reward? He that overcometh, the same shall be covered, clothed in white garment, that is a glorified body, which Yahushua himself also have. So we shall be like him. That is 1 John chapter 3, verses 2. So it will not yet appear unto us what we're going to look like, but when he come, we shall be like him, a glorified body. He said, if you overcome these their lies, you will be covered with white garment. That is a glorified body. That is your portion. Okay. And I will not blot out his name out of the book of life, but I will confess his name before my Father and before my angel. Did you just get that? So to blot out, to remove your name from the book of life, which means your name was once written in the book of life. He said, if you overcome their lies, he's going to give you a glorified body, and your name, I will not blot it out from the book of life of the Lamb that was being slain right from the foundation of the world. Are you ready to overcome the lies of Jesus? The royal law makes it so clear. Don't believe our spirit, but test our spirit. Matthew 24:24. Who was the first Messiah over there? He said first Messiah is going to come, and he's coming along with his first prophet, and they are going to be doing notable miracles. Who is that first Messiah? And who is doing a notable, disgusting miracle today? It is your Jesus. He's snake in the name of Jesus. Drink acid in the name of Jesus. I don't know. Listen. The reason why Yom Kippur is so vital. Romans chapter 8, 21-23. Because the creature itself also shall be delivered. Even the earth is going to be having a glorified body. You can see that in Revelation 21. From the body of corruption, which Allah himself imputed in us, right in Genesis 3. Allah corrupt the royal law. Into the glorious liberty of the children of Yahuwah. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. And not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, even we ourselves groan within ourselves, waiting for the adoption, to wait the adoption of our body. Come on now, Yom Kippur, it is the redemption and adoption of your body. Your spirit covered by the blood of Yahuwah, not in no disobedience, not all this pork eating Christian, all this catfish eating Christian, all this unclean meat that is being made to cleanse the river and cleanse whatever we're supposed to be eating. They are the one eat anyway. Pork must eat pork. I'm not moved at all by that. Okay, you see, the one that is being saved by the blood of Yahuwah, those ones they are already in heaven. But we that is not going to test death, the last generation, to see his returning, our body needs to be atoned for. He said we are waiting for the redemption of our body. Did you just get that? And that is what Yahushua is doing once in a year, to bring you into paradise in anticipation. We lost it, and the Yom Kippur established. No, let me tell you, where the animal was being slain, it did two things. The blood is to forgive your sin, while the body of the animal is to cover you. That is to give you a glorified body like that of Messiah, Yahushua HaMashiach. Did you just get that? That is the benefit. He said, my reward, I'm not forgetting, is with me to give to you according to your works. You doing the works of the law? Of course, this is the reward. Who told you we are not doing the works of the law? We don't kill animal, don't get it twisted. Yahushua is the blood of the Lamb. Okay? We put some more. Listen now. Another mind boggling. First Thessalonians chapter 5:23. And the very Yahuwah of peace sanctify you wholly. And I pray Yahuwah, your whole spirit and soul and body, oh my Father, and body being preserved blameless until the coming of Yahushua HaMashiach. Did you get that? This is how he's preserving your body, because your body is to carry your soul and your spirit. We have also that Trinity inside of us, but your body is the one you cannot feel your spirit, you cannot see your soul, but you can see your body, and your body is the carrier of these two, a personality of Abba Yehovah. He said that your body is going to be preserved until the coming of Yahushua. This is how Yahushua is preserving your body once in a year, bring you into paradise in the day of atonement, just as it was once been done in the day of atonement. The high priest is inside the holies of holies, while the notable, they can call those one the 24 elders in the heaven, in the holy place, while the altar court, everybody is outside waiting for the priest to say that our offer is be acceptable. Exactly in like manner, that is what is going on in every Yom Kippur day, that the holies of holies, the biblical Messiah is the eternal high priest. And every of us being flew right away in the gates of paradise. In Yom Kippur, the gate is going to be closed. Let's quickly put that. Christians said Jesus nailed the Lord to the cross. Now I can't understand. The mirror, physical mirror, is to reflect to you how your physical body, how you look like. Now when you want to go outside, you can't put on your dress and say now you are fit to go. No, you can't trust that. You can go to mirror, and mirror is going to let you know how you look like, and you're going to trust whatever look the mirror give unto you. To also know your spirit, now in like manner, you need to go to the royal law, and the royal law has a mirror. That is what James chapter 2 lacking the royal law unto a mirror, a spiritual mirror, whereby you can see what your spirit is being made of, what your spirit is going to be through the spiritual mirror, which is the royal law. First James, James chapter 1, I think 26 said, faith without works is dead. He said, as the body without spirit is useless, is dead. In like manner, so faith without works is dead. There is a works to do, my friend. Don't tell me you are not under law. Of course you are. You are just under the law of Jesus. You don't want to be under the law of Jehovah. The royal law is a spiritual mirror for you to look how your spirit looks like. Now, Isaiah chapter 2, whom they trained us to be called Esther, chapter 2, verses 12. Listen, Yahushua is a king with a kingdom minded. You can't carry your filthy garbage from the Babylonian into his wedding banquet. No. After Yom Kippur, the door is going to be shut. Isaiah chapter 2 verses 12. Now when every maid's turn was come to go in to the king Ahasuerus, after that she had been 12 months. Let me tell you, 12 months is a day. You can see Ezekiel chapter 4 verses 6 for that. He said, I'm going to give you a year as a day. All right. A day as a year. Yom Kippur is a day as a year. Is a day as 1,000 years. Listen, I said, after that she had been 12 months, according to the manner of the women. For so were the days of their purifications accomplished, to wait 6 months with oil of male, that is all right now, and 6 months with sweet odor, that is prayer. Odor means prayer, incense, and with other things for the purifying of the women. Did you just get that? Woman, we are the bride of the biblical Messiah, and the groom, which is the husband, the eternal king, is on his way coming. No, his bride don't need to look filth. His bride needs to cleanse up. This is a king with a kingdom minded. You come into the holy wedding of Yahushua HaMashiach, you must be a kingdom-minded woman. If no, you can't bring your filthy body. That was why he said, I never knew you, because you were not cleansed, you were not ready, you were not prepared. For him, I said, you eat my flesh and you drink my blood. No, you have no part. Let me tell you, after Yom Kippur, the gate of heaven is closed. The gate of heaven, the gate of paradise is opened on the feast of trumpet. Why he will be closed there? And after the feast of Yom Kippur, that is Calvary. The one he wants, he will bring us into the paradise and shut the door. The king said, this is how I want my things to be. Oh, Christians said, no way. In disagreement, can't you work together without another? You can work together without another. Uh, Isaiah, Yeshayahu chapter 6, listen and see how they cleanse. You see, the Queen Hadassah went into cleansing for a whole 1 year. That is one day, the day of Yom Kippur. You must be cleansed before you see the king. Because this is a king with a kingdom minded. This is a king with a king of righteousness. No, oh no. All right, all right, all right, all right. Isaiah chapter 6. I'm taking five. You can read it all. This is a king that is become Melchizedek, king of righteousness. You want to bring your filthy Babylon luggage into his house? You want to bring the death into his... he said you are unclean. Revelation make it so clear that you are not coming in. Revelation chapter 21 verses 27. It said anyone that doeth iniquity defileth. You cannot come into the New Jerusalem. You cannot come into the presence of the king. You must be cleansed. Because right now we are proceeding into the presence of the king. I read now verses 5. Then said I, woe unto me, for I am undone, because I am a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of no, in the midst of unclean people, in the midst of people of unclean lips. For my eyes have seen the King, Yehovah of hosts. Then listen now. This is the Ruach HaKodesh, the chief Ruach HaKodesh, the chief seraphims. Then they flew one of the seraphims unto me, having a live coal in his hand, which had been taken with the tongues from the altar. From the altar, that is Yom Kippur. And he laid it upon my mouth and said, Lo, this had touched thy lips, thy iniquity has been taken away, and you are be atoned for. Your sin is be atoned for. What is it be called? The day of atonement. Yahushua is there. The fire from the altar is the Ruach HaKodesh to cleanse. You can see that in Acts of Apostles chapter 2. He said when the day of Shavuot fully comes, you see he came by fire. They were in one accord. This is how we are in one accord. The prayer we are going to pray on the Shabbat, you see what it's doing in Revelation 8, where we just read. It said with the prayers of the saint. That is an agreement in one accord. You can read Revelation or chapter 15. It is the day of atonement when the gate of heaven will be shut. Listen up. 15, I read 5 and 8. And after that, I looked, and behold, the temple of the tabernacle of the testimony in heaven was opened. This was the feast of Yom Teruah. That is the day the gate of heaven is being opened, but it will be shut 10 days later when iniquity is being judged. Listen now, verses 8. And the temple was filled with smoke from the glory of Yahweh, from his power, and no man was able to enter into the temple. Until the seventh place of the 7 angels were forfeit. Go and read chapter 16 and see how horrible. Because when I bet what takes it, so it will shut the gate, then you won't lose Sharia law. Because that is the day Allah is going to praise him. Sharia law. You know, in the vertical system where we just read, we see Azazel goat is the one to use his whole head to carry all the iniquity. When you go now to the book of Enoch, chapter 9 and 10, you can take it from 8. You're going to see Azazel goat, he taught the sins. Chapter 10, he said, from verses 6 to 9, he said, to Azazel ascribe all sin. His head, that is why in the day of atonement, all sin needs to be placed upon his head. Now, when you go to Revelation chapter 20, verses 1 to 4, he is the one to go to prison. In the book of Anukar, Angel Raphael, one of the holy, powerful archangel, is always the one to bind him in the day of atonement. He's ready now to do it again. All our sins is going to be confessed. Let me tell you, this is a very dangerous moment for you. If you are not entering, get out of the way for the people of the book. Don't deceive us anymore, because the sins must be placed on your head. Judas used his own head because some must go into exile. Judas goes into exile. All the sins of the 11 apostles will be placed upon his head, and he carried to his destruction. Be very careful with the people of the book. Here, the foolish bride. Christian is a foolish bride. Islam is a foolish bride. Unbeliever is a foolish bride. All of you, you are all foolish bride. Listen now. Matthew chapter 25. You can read it or 1 to 30 or 12. Me, I'm reading from 10. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage. And the door was what? Shut. And afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Adonai, open for us. No, he said, no one, we are able to enter anymore. You're going to face destruction. But he answered and said, verily, verily, I never knew you. Do you know how sad is that? Sad face that. I never knew you. Why? Because I never knew you. I never knew you. Someone else knew you. Adam knew his wife. He planted a seed. But Yahshua said, I never knew you. You are not my bride. Someone else knew you. That was why you live in darkness. That is the pork you need not to eat, which is your Jesus and your Allah. Second Corinthians, oh my father, 2 Corinthians chapter 30, verses 5. This is the day of atonement. Examine yourselves, whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves? How that Yahushua HaMashiach is in you, except ye are, you miss the mark. This is the time to prove yourself. Lamentation 3:40 also said, examine your soul. It is time for examination. That is also again the nature of Yom Kippur. Remember, the door was shut against the foolish virgin. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, 27. You can read from 26 to 32. I'm reading from 27. Wherefore, whosoever shall eat this bread and drink this cup of Yahuwah or Adonai unworthily shall be guilty of the body and the blood of Adonai. You're going to be guilty eternal. Okay? Listen now, because you take it on a worthy manner. But let a man examine himself, and so let him eat of that bread and drink of that cup. For he that eateth and drinketh unworthily eateth and drinketh condemnation to himself, not designing the body of Yahushua. You're not designing the word of Abba Yehovah, which is the biblical Messiah. You now begin to taking of tithe. It is you taking it on the worthy manner. Oh no, how many can I count? I mean, every single thing Christian is doing is taking the royal law on the worthy manner. You take it pork and you not take the biblical Messiah character and max out pork and begin to cut pork your Messiah. You take the body on a worthy manner and you drink the blood on the worthy Messiah. You just drink condemnation into your soul. Okay, now you're gonna see how these people is gonna die, because Christianity, you are a Gentile. You have never meant to be the one high priest to officiate. You have never meant to do that. You see in Revelation, Leviticus chapter 16, Abba Yahweh verse 1 and 2, it said, Aaron, you cannot come into the holies of holies at all time. You know, least you will die. And you're gonna see how they say you drink condemnation into your body. You are a Gentile. You will never be assigned to carry this you are carrying, and you not carry on a worthy manner. Therefore, you have carried judgment and eating and drinking judgment into your soul, because you have just eaten pork. Okay, you have just taken pork into your soul. That is the judgment. You taking the royal on a worthy manner every now and then is condemning you, because you add into and you take out of it. How this great prostitute is going to die? See Revelation 17:18. It is the Christendom judgment. They're going to be slain by the wild beast that came from the bottomless pit. There is a set period of a time given unto you and I to finish our transgression. Now you can see in Daniel chapter 9:24. It said to anoint the most holy place, to put stop and end to transgression. That is the day of Yom Kippur. Is to remove all your iniquity and be heaped upon the unbeliever, upon them that take the royal law on the worthy manner, upon them the seed of serpent. It's going to be removed. Every thought of us is going to be removed and put on your head. You are Azazel goat. Be very careful. Judas the Iscariot was the king, and Azazel goat, he used his whole head to carry all the iniquity of all 11 apostles. Yeah, this is the time to carry that load and put it upon